Hey, what's up? It's Adam Dunbar. It's 11:42 p.m. Wednesday, January 17th. Um, I'm about to do an analysis on the upcoming NFL playoffs, and it will, I guarantee you, will be the weirdest, strangest analysis. Even if you're not a sports fan, you should check this out because I guarantee it will be the weirdest analysis you've ever heard of who will win the Super Bowl and why. I've got the inside track, so listen to me. The article is called "The Memo, the Call, Roger Goodell, the Department of Homeland Security, and Thai Hookers." So I'm used to having my phone ring at all hours of the night. In fact, if I go for more than a week without some strange and elegantly demented pervert calling me between the hours of 3 and 5 a.m., I start to get worried that the forces that be are slowly closing in on my peer group. That means eventually they're closing in on me. Those same perverts are my early warning system, and I use them without a trace of guilt or remorse as I sleep well at night. This call came from my old friend Mike McCarthy, head coach of the Green Bay Packers. "The rooster crows at midnight," he said. "One hand washes the other," I replied. McCarthy then whispered, "Check your email. It's horrible, horrible." "What?" I said. "Never mind my email, you stinking bastard. What happened to the goddamn Packers? Is Favre back on drugs? You guys played like the old Buccaneers, for Christ's sakes." "Never mind that now," he said. "I have people at this very moment beating Brett with a rubber hose filled with lead shot. He will not play like that again," giggled McCarthy. "You bastard," I yelled into the phone. "You're drunk. You coach drunk, and now I owe my bookie $300 because of your feeble team." McCarthy laughed again. "Call Michael Chertoff. He'll square you with your bookie." "Chertoff," I mumbled. "The head of Homeland Security? What's he got to do with football?" McCarthy was silent for a long time before he whispered, "Just check your email, Bubba. I sent you something, and it could get me killed or worse, made to be the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals." "Ye gods," I replied. "Nobody deserves that." And I hung up on McCarthy in the middle of some long-winded story about Brett Favre and domes. I logged into my email, and sure enough, there was a message from Mike McCarthy. The subject line read, "Eyes only. For God's sakes, read this and destroy it." I, of course, copied it to a disk and put it in my wall safe. The memo was from the Department of Homeland Security, and Michael Chertoff signed it. It read, "To all NFL coaches and owners. Because of the recent troubles in Iraq and due to all the backlash from our bumbling of the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, I've decided to federalize the NFL. We hope that you will show your true red, white, and blue patriotic hearts as we seek to bolster the morale of the poor people so affected by the hurricane. As you know, it's been a tough few years for my good friend and your president, George W. Bush, and he agrees wholeheartedly that we need a real feel-good story to come out of the NFL. We need something that people can sink their teeth into and forget the huge, insurmountable difficulties that face them in the days ahead. I feel that by federalizing the NFL, we can provide the quality entertainment that people need in this time of woe, so be advised. The New Orleans Saints will win almost every game this year and make the playoffs as the division winners. They will host a playoff game. The New York Giants will not make the playoffs, and the Green Bay Packers will finish 8-8 as a sign to you all that the Saints will win the NFC Championship and go to the Super Bowl. All other wins and losses will be provided via email or telephone contact from myself or others at the DHS. We expect your cooperation in this matter. Those who don't will be traded to Arizona or sent to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, where you will be interred until we decide what to do with you. Remember, it's un-American to question me, and questions are the enemy of our democracy. So let's all just enjoy the Saints' parade to the Super Bowl. Cordially, Michael Chertoff, Director, Homeland Security and NFL Operations. Jesus, it's too horrible to imagine. I thought there was something fishy about some of the Saints' wins. It seemed there was a lot of unexplained winks on the Saints' sidelines whenever a team blew a coverage or gave up a sack. My suspicions were confirmed, and there was only one thing to do. Call Roger Goodell, old friend and new commissioner of the NFL. Fortunately, I know Raj from way back when on a vacation in Thailand he wandered into a room where I'd been smoking opium. He had 3 Thai hookers with him and he was wearing a wig and a dress. "You don't fool me. I know who you are," I mumbled through the rich haze of opium smoke. He groaned and said, Isn't there anywhere a guy can cut loose in this world? I said, you look about ready to head up the FBI, Raj. Old J. Edgar didn't come close to having your fashion sense. I know, he said. It's hard being a transvestite whorehopper who runs the NFL. I snapped a few pictures at that point, and Roger shrieked, chasing me around the opium den before breaking a heel that allowed me to escape back into the questionable safety of Bangkok. He answered on the third ring and groaned. I knew this day would come. He began sobbing into the phone. Relax, I said. The pictures are still in my wall safe. But I just read an email that says Chertoff is fixing the NFL season. Jesus, is this true? It's not. Not true, he replied. You evil bastard, you sold out the integrity of the NFL to stun and bewilder people? I had no choice, he croaked. It was Chertoff. He had a video of me in Thailand. So what, I yelled. There's a video of him standing around doing nothing while people died all around him. All you do is put on a snappy dress and pick up hookers. That's low rent on the pervert totem pole. He laughed edgily. I know, but if my wife finds out, I'm doomed. I hung up. I got what I needed, and the truth is ugly. The NFL season is croaked, the fix is in, and nothing is going to stop the Saints from marching into the playoffs and bringing the Super Bowl trophy back to the city that was New Orleans. Ah well, buy the ticket, take the ride. I'm sure the Saints will blow it. If anything, the DHS has proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that it can't be trusted to manage the lube at an all-night orgy, never mind a flood, or even the NFL season. We'll just have to sit back and see what happens.